Before we dive into this mini session of the Altcoin Bible, just a reminder for our newsletter subscribers, I film a premium version around 20 minutes long where I dive into Bitcoin, look at the macro, look at the market. I even dive into these altcoins a little bit deeper, look at the Bitcoin pairs. I also maybe add in a few more cherry ripe, wonder watches and danger zones. If you enjoy that kind of content, want to see the full version, including extra videos from Joshu as well, make sure to become a newsletter subscriber by clicking the link below. Let's dive in. That said, I might just flick on over to my cherry ripe this week. It's actually PENGU. I wanted to do something exciting and share you a chart, which I haven't shared for a while. But PENGU, it did everything I wanted it to do. I had my horizontal here, and I'm looking on the weekly chart, no less. And this here, this weekly candle on rising volume, that's exactly what you want to see. The close through horizontal resistance, bang, and then continuation. That's beautiful. So 26% move if you've gotten in on that candle. So fantastic. So PENGU is really, not only is it doing it, but it's changing the trend here. It's really trying to flip this. So it just needs to hold above this level. PENGU's off to the races up to here. So that would be from this close, that's like a 90% move on PENGU. Now, Ethereum's just quietly going about the business. As I said, a 100-day moving average has been reclaimed. Also, it's just fallen over the 20 there and the 10. But there's a shorter term moving average. You can get back above those few. I think it's looking a lot better. But really, we've got a really clear level, rather, that's here, which I want to see a weekly close somewhere above that, which is 20, let's say 2,400 even. You get it closed through there, and I think Ethereum's going up to its 200-day moving average at 2,700, 3,000 region. Breakout trading can be very difficult, but there is a few basics that you want to get your head across. The other day I got stopped out on Zcash. It was really frustrating, but it hadn't actually broken out versus Bitcoin yet. So that is my other one to watch, and I'll just share it for you here because it is on the verge of such a major move to the upside. It can tease and it can tantalize. And what it did do, it's already broken out of its downtrend here, and it closed through. But on pretty small volume here, this is on the daily, I like to wait for weekly confirmations. It rolled over here in line with Bitcoin and then regained the 200-day moving average, but then failed again. And this momentum doesn't look great. So Zcash is coming down here, but why I bring it up is I think it's so close to finding a new floor up here that you just have to watch it. And you've got a couple of really great metrics here, the 200-day and a core horizontal with volume. You just want to see a weekly close reclaim this level and actually use it as support. And then Zcash is bloody off. That's really, really good looking. It's just not quite there on the Bitcoin chart, which I might just quickly touch on. It's so close on the Bitcoin chart. So it's not quite there, it's teasing. So what I want to see is for the USD chart at the bottom, I really want to see the Bitcoin chart, reclaim this kind of peak here and really find support, flip this and then run. It can really run from that point. And I want to see a breakout on volume, meaning Bitcoin's being swapped into Zcash, quite consistent because there is a pair, you can see the volume, but really very, very low volumes across the board on this pair. You don't need volumes to have a breakout either way, but it is far safer if you're trading. If you're an investor and you are fully convicted on AVAX and you go, look, I'm going to manage this if it goes lower, but I'm going to form a position here for a potential 500% move back to the high. That's tantalizing, and it's a bit of a tease. Just be careful with some of this stuff, guys. But for me, that's a danger zone. It's compressing at the lows. So if it's going to bottom and reverse, this is where it's going to do it. This is a multi-cycle low, which is why it's trying not to go any lower. But if it does, big trouble. So it needs to hold here. And if it does, great news. That's where we can maybe get a little bit more aggressive. Like the 200-day moving average is coming so far down here that you don't really, you could have a really tight, so underneath this structure that I've drawn on that sort of bear flag, if we can get above even this structure and the 200 about $12, which is only, I say 35% away, once it clears that, holds the volume, and on high volume as well, starts to reverse, then things can start to develop and you can form positions.